What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. We're on the road to 37,000 subscribers. We just did my 36,000 subscriber giveaway, and I announced the winner today. So, congrats to the winner. This stuff is crazy. I cannot thank you guys enough. Silver is blowing up. People are finally starting to notice that silver has a real spot in the investing world. It's not the tinfoil hat gang. There is some real value and there's real potential. Now, with that said, we do have a follow-up video after last week's frenzy with Wall Street bets, and we're gonna go a little deeper into this. This is gonna be the last video that I'll probably be talking about that has any connection with that, because there's so many other things that silver has to offer just from that little stint. But I do need to go over some of these articles because it still is important. Remember, I'm never going to tell you stuff you don't need to know. Every single thing I talk about is critical to hear as an investor. You cannot be blindly investing. Every single thing I say, you must be, not must, but break this stuff down. Like I say, do your homework. If I'm covering an article and I bring up a good topic and it catches, something that maybe you need to work on, or maybe a point I made you never thought about, start incorporating that into your strategy, right? A lot of times when I'm watching videos, if someone makes a point, I'll break that down. I will, incorporate it. Maybe I'll even do a little research on that, because that's how we're growing. Becoming, open-mindedness is so important in the investing world. If you're closed-minded, you're never going to be able to adapt, to adjust, to ever grow, right? So anyways, is silver the next GameStop? Very interesting question. We know that silver and GameStop are two completely different types of investments, but I think this question is a lot. It's not saying it from that type of perspective. They're looking at this from a much different light. But we also have something else talking about how the real silver squeeze lies ahead, and this is also very, very interesting stuff. So let's jump right into it. So last week we saw a significant display of herd mentality as masses of retail investors pushed up the price of the U.S. stock GameStop. This week, retail investors turned their attention to silver, attempting to push this commodity to unprecedented highs. Last weekend, there were many posts and videos on social media and chat platforms encouraging people to buy up big on silver and silver stocks, as they were alleging that silver was the next short squeeze for hedge funds. On Monday, silver rose due to demand as retail investors or retail traders rushed to grab a bargain like shoppers outside Meijer during Boxing Day sales. However, silver quickly retreated to trade lower than it opened on Monday, and as of writing, silver is still trading at these levels. Now, silver's around the $27-something level. That's still up. Remember, in last August when silver was $30, that stint right there put silver the best performing asset of 2020. The number one performing asset of 2020, beating stocks, beating everything else, beating gold, any crypto. Silver was the number one performing asset. And that went from $11 in March to $30 in May. People forget about this stuff. And then we have the LBMA saying that silver will be the top performing asset or investment in 2021. 2 years in a row. Now, a lot of people say that silver collapsed or crashed after this little Wall Street bets thing, but it really didn't. It's called a correction. It's called a dip. It's called a sell-off. It was way overbought, obviously, with all these mints and these dealers running out of silver. That's overbought. You do not want it to keep going up. That's not healthy. It needed to pull back. That's how markets work. If you're any type of somewhat of a real investor or an experienced investor, you know that charts go up and down, right? They go up a little bit, go down, go up a little higher, go down a little bit. That's how charts work. If you ever look at a graph or a chart, does it just keep going up? Even the ones that have huge gains, does it just keep going up? No, it pulls back. It has to. It has to. But anytime there's a little dip, when the price starts dipping even a couple cents, people like to hop on the I told you so bandwagon and try to portray that it's a bad investment, that it's crashing to the grave. And that also in return makes it even worse, because then people start panic selling. Silver was bound to dip after such a big rally with so much attention. Now, many Australians hoping to make it big were blindly buying silver stocks, unaware of the risks they were taking. If we consider Australian silver miners outside the S32 majority are very small. Now, I like this part because it does make a pretty good point. While I appreciate the desire to make money, there are also those who like to chase rainbows, hoping to find that elusive pot of gold, which is why lotteries are so popular. But there's a huge difference between lottery and investing in especially precious metals. See, if we're talking about lottery versus stocks, still a huge difference. But silver, that you cannot make that comparison at all because silver has intrinsic value, meaning if you're putting $27 of US dollars into an ounce of silver, you're transferring $27 to essentially $27. Silver isn't valued from the price tag, the spot price attached to it. It's valued by the metal inside of it. So when you're transferring money to silver, it's not the same as something else that's solely based off of its price tag. Now, I really don't get when people try to make those types of comparisons. If we were talking about GameStop or something along those lines, it could be a little more relevant, but that stretch is just not something that I'm going to try to even, talk about. Now, this article is a little bit different. They both, have this, a similar, backstory talking about what happened, but there is a little bit of a different type of angle on this, and I want to break this down as well. By the way, both of these articles will be in the description. Now, starts off to say temporarily out of stock. That's the message most hopeful physical silver buyers have been getting since the last days of January. Odds are bullion dealers are going to have a tough time keeping any silver in stock. Everyone is buying and no one is selling the physical metal. Dealers are asking for 35% premiums, and that's if you can get your hands on any silver at all. And yet, I remember, less than a year ago in mid-March, when the world started a major lockdown in response to this virus, gold and silver bullion dealers were nearly completely sold out within days. In some cases, silver premiums reached historic highs near 100% of spot prices. Now, it is a different type of situation. This was definitely a herd mentality, doing it on purpose. The pandemic was more natural causes, and both of those also had different backstories. It's similar how they both were sold out, but this situation is a lot more manipulated, if you get what I'm saying, right? This is more manipulated, trying to change the markets into a way that can benefit us, but there will be a cost to pay. Now, in the recent silver squeeze hype, silver traded at an 8-year high as demand was exploding. Silver has given back $2 since its $29 peak, but it's still up 20% since late November and has gained 125% since its March lows. And that's the point I'm trying to get to. People are going to say silver crashed, but it's still 20% up since November. It's only down $2 since its $29 peak went during all that frenzy, but people are going to say that it crashed. These people do not understand silver's true value. If you think $27 silver is overvalued or that's too expensive, then you have no idea what silver is or what it means or where it's headed. That's just something that blows my mind, that people could say, oh, $29 silver's, that's up there, but 27, no, that's too low. And silver stocks have been surging. It's all related to the now infamous Wall Street bets call to action. The latest of which targeted silver. It was enough to cause the COMEX to raise silver margins by 18% after 2 days. But silver story is in its early days. Dramatically higher silver prices are still squarely ahead. So what's really happened to silver? Now, we basically know what happened, right? We know what happened. But here's the thing. There's more to the story than just this. Most people only know about this story. They don't know what silver was doing before this. They don't know the circumstances, the situations, the severity. They don't know any of that of this happening. They didn't know there was already a silver shortage. They didn't know for the last 7 years miners have been abandoning silver mines. They didn't know that silver is an industrial metal about to explode from demand with 5G towers, electric vehicles, and solar panels, coming up over the next, 10, 15 years. They don't know any of this. They just saw, oh, silver's an investment, let's try to manipulate it. They don't know how explosive and how detrimental and how much of an impact this is actually going to do to the precious metal, specifically silver market. Now, this is why I like this article. Huge forces are going to keep pushing silver higher for years to come. See, people said, "Oh, the rally, this short squeeze didn't work, so I'm getting out of silver." They have no idea that this is just a ripple effect, a domino effect to a much bigger picture with much more gains. Supply has been falling consistently for the last 5 years. Silver is not, nobody wants it. Why would you look for silver when it's $25 an ounce when you could be looking for gold that's $2,000 an ounce? It's going to put a lot more money in your pocket, right? Not one of the top 10 silver producing countries has escaped this trend. That's serious. And silver's already found as byproduct, by accident. They're looking for other metals. If they find some silver, they'll take it, but they're not even looking for it. They're looking for gold, lead, zinc. So not only has the production dropped, but it's also not even being looked for at all. Vehicle demand is soaring, right? Electric vehicles, 5G towers, Joe Biden's green energy revolution. So demand is only going to keep going up while the supply is going down. If you don't know anything about investing, low supply, high demand shoots the price up. The gold to silver ratio has reversed in a dramatic way from its all-time high last March at 125 to 1 and has just broken below 70, right? That's headed towards a 55 to 1 level, and that remains cheap on fundamental basis and a relative basis and historical basis. In the end, this pullback is just par for the course, especially in silver. The way I see it, all it does is give us more time and another opportunity to keep accumulating silver and silver miners at discounted prices. The mania stage still lies ahead. The past week was just a small taste of the opening act. Stay long, silver. I love that, how he closed that out. This was not the thing that we're talking about when we're talking about silver's time to come. When I'm talking about silver reaching $50, $100, I'm not using that metaphorically. I'm talking about that realistically. $27 ounce silver from this whole shenanigan thing, that's cool. It got a lot of people interested in silver and at least planted that seed, even if they didn't stay in silver. But the big scenario, after all the stimulus, right, after the demand cannot meet the supply or supply cannot meet the demand, that's when we're going to start seeing the real things fall into place. The floodgates open, the stars aligning, the perfect storm actually here. Do not sell yourself short. Right? Do not sell yourself short. If you understand silver's true value, then $27 is nothing compared to its real value. 1 ounce of silver, how beneficial that is in the everyday world, is not worth $27. It's worth a lot more than that. And I hope you understand that. I'm sure you do if you're watching this video. Now, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, the 2 links to these articles will be in the description. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos every single day, giving you the newest, latest, freshest, most recent information in the world of precious metals, what the markets are doing, why they're acting that way, most importantly, what you got to do about it. You cannot be blindly investing. Make sure you're subscribed. Also, not only just subscribe for that, but I'm doing another giveaway soon. Once I hit 37,000 subscribers. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Keep silver stacking. This was Silver Slayer. See you guys soon. Peace.